in the book of Second Corinthians, chapter 6. As God's fellow workers, we urge you not to receive God's grace in vain, for he says, "In the time of my favor I heard you, and in the day of salvation I helped you." I tell you, now is the time of God's favor. Now is the day of salvation. Right here, just right at the beginning, now is the day of salvation. Exactly. Any time. And today, why not start today? Why not start today? Understanding the Lord's fulfillment, understanding the Lord's love, understanding who the Good Shepherd is and just how mighty and all powerful he is. Having fear of the Lord, knowing that he is our all power, all glory, all holy, the Good Shepherd, the Redeemer, the provider of our salvation, the creator, the provider of life in all things. And, sometimes we get stuck in a rut, or you see people that go through things in life, whether it's circumstances that they created or not, but then they tend to just want to magically pop out of things and not understanding the glory of God, the lengths that the Lord has already went to help us out. All we have to do is ask. All we have to do is reach out to him, and he is there. So listen to what Paul says, how it starts out. As God's fellow workers, we urge you not to receive God's grace in vain. For he says, "In the time of my favor, I heard you, and in the day of salvation, I helped you." I tell you, now is the time of God's favor. Now is the day of salvation. So when we are saved, right, as well, this is another point. Point two, when we are saved, sometimes we get in those slumps. Sometimes we also get into where we have fallen off, where we have done something, where we've taken something and we thought it was for the good, but it wasn't. Or we knew it was going to be mischievous or not correct, but something happened and caused us to do it anyways. Point being, again, bringing it up again, it's one of the easier things, but we can talk about harder things, more difficult things. Driving, somebody cuts you off. What is the first thing? "Oh, I'm going to pray for you. Jesus loves you." Does that come out of your mouth? I have been working on that myself, and every single time, it's still the first thing comes out of my mouth, or in my mind, not out of my mouth, thank God, but in my mind is, "Oh, that's a horrible driver," right? Instead of, they cut me off, I need to pray that everything's okay with them, or they become a better driver. I'm not perfect, so how can I expect everybody else to be perfect as well? So we have to take a look at that in our lives, utilizing that as an example. Salvation starts today. The Lord's love starts today, and every day it is refreshed and renewed every single day, and it never expires. It is eternal. So we have eternal glory. We have eternal forgiveness. So therefore, at anytime we start feeling low, anytime we know that we've done something, we can turn to the Lord. Is it a justification of those things? Absolutely not. Is there potential discipline or consequences that may come from sinning? Absolutely. However, we do have someone who is the eternal God and who is full of open arms and love and can change things, can turn things that we've made, decisions that we have decided, into something phenomenal. So take a look at that in our lives. And before we go on, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read with this? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?